Guyanese who is coming through. Malachi Austin strikes gold.
The Commonwealth Youth Games silver medalist last year. He stepped it up and he takes the risk.
You're going to say to yourself, well, I vomit 3-4 times a day for get second. I vomit so much for lose a race, for stop this race. No.
Life has come full circle for one of Guyana's premier junior athletes. They certainly say hard work pays off, and has paid off in a full scholarship for none other than Malachi Austin. From January 2025, he's going to be at Louisiana State University on a full scholarship, and that's a D1 college on the NCAA circuit in the United States of America. Now, Malachi's performances throughout his junior career have certainly catapulted to this peaking point. And with me to talk about this is no other than the man himself, Malachi Austin. Malachi, firstly, congrats on getting a full scholarship to a D1 college. Before I get to how great that certainly must be for you, must be for your coach and your family, for the average Guyanese who may just see you as a tremendous sprinter and see you in the headlines, tell us the other side of Malachi Austin. Who is Malachi Austin?
Well, besides track and field, you know, Malachi is not really an out person. I don't really like to go out, I don't party, don't do most of the stuff. But I'm very cool, very chilled, easy to talk to person, you know, very fun. I like to have fun, you know, and joke around with a lot of people.
How did you get into track and field?
Well, I started track and field back in, I think, 2019 actually, 2019. My first nationals here. Got third in 100 meter and second in the 200 meter. Got beaten by Jalen Chu that time. I started it just to run as for fun because you know everybody wants to win, so just started for fun. And then around, I think it was 2021 to 2022, I started taking it serious. That's when I entered the Running Brave Athletics Club with Coach Julian, and he sat me down and showed me that this is what can be accomplished throughout your career, and from there it just took off.
You talk about that. When you started, you said it started for fun. Yeah. To see what happened now, come to full circle, you ever expected that to actually happen?
No, it surprises me every day, to be honest, because looking at me back a few years ago, I would have never believed I'd be here at this moment, because honestly, I actually quitted track for like a year or two because, you know, I wasn't doing as well. I got down, I was like, man, track probably not for me. But then met Coach Julian. I'm doing great and I really like it.
Yeah, it seems to me though that you have a really good support system. I can remember your cousin, Shamar Britton, an ex-national athlete. He told me about 2 years ago, I came look out for this guy, Malachi Austin. Tell me though about the kind of support systems that you have with your coach, with your family as well.
The support system is great on my end. I have my family backing me 100% throughout everything. They keep me motivated a lot. They tell me that, you know, go out there and do what you have to do. Even if you don't get first, even if you don't break a record, we're still proud of you. You're going to come back here, we're going to hug you, kiss you and everything. My coach, that's the biggest support of all, to be honest, because without him, none of this would have been possible at this point. So yeah, I have a great support system right now.
I've known Malachi for a while. He was in a different club. You know, I've seen him train, you know that he's got a potential, but he was not consistent at training. You know, so when he came to me, you know, I kind of laid out, you know, what I can do for him, but what I expect him to do in return. All was followed, and in the end, you know, he's one of the top, you know, on the 18 talent in the world. You know, you as an athlete, you've got to have patience. As a coach, you've got to have patience. If you don't have patience in these sports, you probably will not realize your full potential. So basically, I told him he's got to be patient. We have a phase we use in this club. You've got to put money in the bank. We call training putting money in the bank. So you've got to be patient. You've got to keep putting money in the bank. And you've got to be goal orientated.
The hard yards of track and field. And look, I know a lot of people look and see you guys having the medals, you guys crossing the line. But tell us, though, what's a day in the life is when you have to put in, I guess, the hard yards, the vomiting,
Yeah.
the stretching. What's it like?
That's the hard part of everything, you know. Everyone sees the glory and thinks it's just go run one race and it's over. But behind the scenes, man, oh, it's hell, it's hell. Every day you get up, you have to, if you don't have school, like me, I don't have school right now, you know, I'm just doing my thing. Get up in the morning, brush your teeth, bathe, eat. Sometimes you go back to sleep, wake up back like 2, 3 o'clock, and back to the track. From the track, you know, sometimes you have gym, then you have track again, and like overseas now, you have the gym again in the night times. So yeah, it's really hard, especially for a children that goes to school, you know, having to study, having to go to school every morning, then coming from that tiring situation to track and field is something not everyone could go through, you know.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, like, how did you manage to balance it? And obviously, it's going to get tougher for you.
Yeah.
Now at LSU, you know, you have to keep up those grades, but being a tutorial and still, you know, having this passion for track and field, how do you balance it?
What I would say, it's all about sacrifices, you know. There comes a time in your life that, you know, you need to decide whether to go left or right. For me, I had to choose a lot of things over track and a track over a lot of things, to be honest. For me, you know, like lessons, that's some things that, some days I have lessons like 3, 4 times a week, plus I have to train. So I'd go lessons sometimes early, come here, train, or train and go to lessons. Or sometimes, you know, I gotta skip lesson and come and train. But in the end result, it's all good, it's all good.
Yeah, and you talk about choosing over a lot of things. There's so many distractions now, Malachi, in life across the board for young people. You know, how have you managed to stay focused on basically school and track and field?
To be honest, I really want to know, to be honest, because I'm just a person that knows what I want. You know, I choose track as my career. A lot of people come to track just for fun. So for me, track is a job. So I've made my mind every day that I gotta get up, gotta do this, you gotta do that, track. You gotta go to school, you gotta study, track. You know, so that's my life. I don't really go out per se, you understand? Like, I don't really like, some children would be going to clubs, going to movies and stuff. That's the stuff I had to sacrifice for myself.
Yeah, and you know, that's obviously certainly a mature standpoint. And you talk about sacrifices. I've seen at some crafty games, you probably wanting to give up. You know, some unfortunate situations happen at previous ones.
Yeah.
What keeps you going even now in the heat of competition? I guess when the hamstrings are saying no more and you still want to push you, what keeps you going?
It's mostly the drive, you know. You gotta understand that we train so hard that when it comes to that point, you just don't want to give up. You're gonna say to yourself, well, I vomit 3, 4 times a day for get second. I vomit so much for lose a race, for stop this race. No. So when I do the 400. So the last 100 is the most painful part of all our races. I'm telling you, the most painful part. So for me, I just zone out, go into that spot and say, well, hey, train so hard, and I come down to this moment. Now it's either I win it or I do my best. So it's always work.
And probably Grenada, that has to be one of your greatest moments in track and field. Being there, I saw the emotions. Take us through back the emotions around Grenada.
I keep telling everyone, honestly, I never thought I would win that race. Honestly, I never thought I would win that race. I slept in the car room. I got woken up like 2 minutes before we left the car room. I went on the track, I was yawning. The race, it was as fast start, I think it was
Yeah,
right,
correct.
good. So the race going off, fast start, I start shake, I said bye, I'm going for second. Honestly, I tell myself I'm going for second.
There's a change in practice though.
Yeah, I started going for second, man. But then boops race start, everybody take off and leave me. You could see from the video itself, you know, I was tired, I wasn't able. But going into the 200, I remember my coach always saying, you gotta kick from this two. Set up your race if you want to win. So from the 200, started to move, started to pick up. And then on the last 100, I actually saw my senior was do like a little stumble, like, you know, a little tired. I said, man, you meet so far once again, it comes again. You meet so far in life, you know, you vomit so much, you do all this training, you show you want to give up now. So I basically turned on a different burner there and went for it.
Yeah, you look back at that and that gold medal there in Grenada, even previously being a part of the record-breaking team
Yeah.
at the Youth Championships. How much do you feel accomplished right now? I guess proud of yourself for what you've managed to accomplish in junior track and field.
Well, for junior track and field, I feel half accomplished. I still have a lot of stuff to do. I have a lot of stuff to win. For example, World Under 20. This year wasn't my year, but for sure, the other year I'll be there. I'll be coming for it, and I'll be ready.
And now we move into the main part of securing the scholarship.
Yeah.
Tell us, what do you think this is going to do to your life? Being able to have, most importantly, a full scholarship to a D1 college. What does that mean to you?
Well, for me, it's going to have a great impact on my life. Not just my life, but the lives of many young Guyanese athletes. Because seeing someone like me, come from their standard or their position and coming here and having a scholarship now, it's going to motivate them to, continue doing track and field, continue being patient, continue praying, and at one day they'll get to there.
So, I guess for you, what is something you're looking forward to the most about, I guess, being in that year-round kind of professional setup, books, training, gym, probably nutrition as well? What is it you're looking forward to most about that?
For me, I'm looking forward to becoming a successful person in the society. Track and field wise, I'm expecting to be an Olympic gold medalist or an Olympic medalist for Guyana, and to add at least a couple world records to Guyana. Also, I want to break the national 400-meter record, which will happen soon. Remember this, will happen soon. So that's it for me right now.
And just as we look ahead to 2025, for sure, that the immediate focus is going to be Trinidad and Tobago Carifta Games. I've seen sometimes that when athletes return to the Carifta Games, they don't do as well as their initial years. For you, I guess that's something you don't want to happen to you.
Yeah. Well, see, for me, I understand how high of a standard I have right now, because I came into Carifta and won the 400 under 20 my first year, which is something normally no one does, So I'll have a big target on my back, as my coach always says. So I have to train like I have a target on my back. I have to train like I haven't won anything, because I know to myself that others out there, especially the young ones, are coming for my spot. And just as you win, just as you could lose. So I always stay focused. I remind myself why I'm doing it and that I'm not invincible.
Yeah, and just as we go, how do you handle the expectation? I think from now, whenever you go on the track, there's a general expectation that Malachi Austin should deliver in a medal and probably gold. How is it that you handle the high level of expectations by, I guess, family, coaches, and just generally Guyanese?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, actually, and I'm not going to lie. Take, for instance, Tiana Springer. Everyone expects her to always win every race, which is something that people have to understand, that we're all human. We all have I don't know how to put it, but we all have that peak in our
and you also have a bad day.
Bad days, good days. Sometimes you might win, sometimes you don't win. So yeah, they have to understand that, to be honest. And social media is a big role in things, because when you look on social media saying, oh, you have Malachi Austin to do this, Malachi Austin to do that. So for me, I'll come off of social media sometimes. I
just want to ask you about that. Are you the one as well to, I guess, take those breaks away from social media?
Yeah, I actually did like a couple months ago. For like 2 or 3 months, I came off social media, deleted my Facebook, came off of TikTok, Instagram, everything, just ghosted everyone. Began to work a bit on myself, because I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling a little bit down, because I was to myself, especially after World Under 20, to myself, I know to myself I could have done better, and just to have that unfortunate situation happen, I just felt a little bit not myself. So I came off social media for a good while. We came back training, get everything right, get myself back together, and then went back out.
Yeah, certainly. Lots more in store for Malachi Austin. Actually, the 2023 Junior Sportsman Runner-Up Award by the National Sports Commission. And hearing him today certainly spells a lot. That life at LSU, it could be just the beginning of a lot of great things from this young man.